So thank you all for joining this session today. Happy to see some of you post-lunch, and I'm hopeful that you guys will stay awake during this session. Those that I haven't met, my name is Obi. I'm a Client Development Director at CJ. I've been in the digital marketing space for 10 years, working across various different business verticals, markets, from VC startups all the way to enterprise businesses. So I'm sure you've seen a synopsis. We're going to be touching on making performance marketing a top priority, whilst also looking at it as a strategic asset, affiliate, and also how to effectively communicate the value to CMOs, C-level execs, heads of departments, so we can really emphasize the value of what affiliate marketing is in 2024. So let's refresh ourselves on the channel evolution. Let's keep ourselves engaged, vibrant, and curious. And to stop some of the zombie scrolling, like kind of post-lunch, checking emails and socials, I would like to take a quick poll at this stage, just to get a feel of the room so we can all get to know each other, and also just so we can really understand what we're trying to tackle today. So first, can I have a show of hands of who's attending CJU for the first time? Good show, and that's me too. Good to see, okay. So now I'm going to start this section off, and you can see there's some statements here, like as controversial as they may seem, there are statements that you may have heard at some point from your leadership team. So I want to take a quick poll on this as well. So can people let me know how many of you have heard from your leadership team what is affiliate? Interesting, okay. And another poll to check, can I have a show of hands of who has heard from your leadership team that affiliate is only good for low funnel conversions? Okay, all right. I'm hedging my bets on this one. So affiliate doesn't drive any incremental value. Now that's what I thought. So I thought that's a big hitter. So, we all know in reality that, this isn't actually reality, right? So what I'm trying to do here today is for us to be able to gain additional investment, and for us to be able to work with our leadership, we need to be able to tackle these antiquated views that they have. So today I'm going to arm you with both the data, qualitative and quantitative, as well as a playbook to ensure that we can together bust these myths and build a solid case for leadership. So these statements, they're going to be the backbone structure of this session. So what I'm going to do is start off with the big hitter, what is affiliate? And then we're going to go through each statement and myth bust from there. So affiliate marketing, as we all know in this room, the crux of it is really performance marketing, where an advertiser pays commission to a publisher, partner. So this is pretty standard, and I'm sure that your CMO or C-level exec knows this as well. But the question is, at what level and how recently have they been involved in the channel to know what we're doing? So I've done a little bit of a poll myself, working in the industry for a while, talking to CMOs, talking to leaders in their businesses to really understand what are their barriers from really moving forward and investing in affiliate. And a lot of it is down to their time, being the fact that they haven't got time to go through pages and pages of info. And also that's coupled with the fact that they don't have the ability or time as well to be on a course to learn about how the channel's evolved. So for us here today, we really need to start taking those lessons forward by really educating and managing up to our leadership and showing them how the channel's evolved. So some of the values that we can see, and the values that I'm sure they know as well, is that it's third-party validation and social proof. It also enables transparency and accountability, but also, we're dealing with a highly measurable channel. It's all performance-based, but also the risk is low, the reward is high, so why wouldn't a CMO or C-exec level invest? So we need to not shy away from these sort of conversations. What we need to do is continue to impress the value of affiliate. We need to explain to them, how they can connect and understand what affiliate is actually doing. So all these points that you can see, they can all be supported by actual data. This can also be further supported by your CJ team as well. So anyone at CJ, can you raise your hands? Good. So we've got a good amount of CJs here to support you all with something like this. As we know, affiliate adds value. It's one of the strongest channels to drive the highest ROIs. Also, affiliate is incredibly in depth in terms of really building customer loyalty. And then we also must understand that when we look at the customer journey, and I'll touch on this in a bit more detail, it's evolved. There's no more funnel anymore. So there's a consideration set when you are looking at consumers and when they are looking at switching other brands, and being within affiliate and having a program where you are in those different points of the journey do make a difference for that retention. So let's go into this in a bit more detail. And what I wanted to do is really showcase this slide. And this is a really powerful one that, don't worry, you don't need to take pictures if you don't have to. Like, we're going to record this and send you the presentation later. But this slide is a real investment slide. But just let's take a step back and just realize that everything I'm talking about is the fact that the last time your CMO has probably been in the industry is probably over 10 years ago into the day-to-day stuff. So affiliate is changed, and a lot of these strategic partners that you can see on this slide are really demonstrating that, you know, we work in a channel that is a channel of channels and does help amplify other channels, and it has that effect. So what we need to do is that we need to start looking at investment in a way where we can link that back to the company goals. So a lot of your C-level execs and CMOs, they're all really focused on the higher level objectives that they're trying to achieve from a business, be it, you know, reducing cart abandonment, looking for new audiences, you know, being less promotional, increasing lifetime value. All of these things can help, but what we need to do is map that back to a strategic partner that can support with that. So if I can just take you back to a story where I was working in the US for a large retailer. So one of their company goals halfway through the year is that they were very keen to be less promotional. So they wanted to ensure that whilst being less promotional, they wanted to increase the average order value, basket value, but they had a premium set of products that they really did believe that they wanted to put a focus on to really drive these high lifetime value customers that will help grow their business in the next 4 to 5 years. So with my day-to-day contact, we had a strategic partner in the actual cart abandonment line. I won't mention any names because I don't want to create any bias, but in that cart abandonment section, you know, one of those partners was able to support us, you know, to be able to drive that value. But again, with the CMO being in the position they're in and not having the time to understand how the channels evolved, they came up with a classic statement, because it was an affiliate, that it was not going to show true conversions. So they weren't going to be incremental conversions and draw true traffic. So what we did is that we collated ourselves together with the affiliate day-to-day manager, the CJ team, and the strategic partner. We had a 20-minute meeting with the CMO. We really honed in to what his perceived reservations were. And what it was again, like we said, it was that incrementality piece of what the strategic partner was going to be driving. So then what we did is we focused on how we can set up a control group test that we ran for a month. So when we looked at the results after a month's time, we noticed that the average order value and basket value increased by 30%. So it was a definite success for us to definitely prove that out, but how do we continue and grow from there? So what we did is that we then signed up that strategic partner and a similar strategic partner. And then what we saw is that overall, these contributed to being one of the top 5 partners across the overall program. So then when we did reassess the budget at the end of the year, going into next year, the budget increased by 40%. So again, I trust the process, and let's always ensure that we're honing back into what the company values are. So to wrap up this section, and all these sections will be wrapped up in this way, we in this room, especially those advertisers that are in this room or intending CJU for the first time, we've done the first step by securing investment to be able to attend this event. I think that's the first stage. Learning as well is a key part of that as well. Learning is what enables us to manage up to our CMOs and C-level execs to prove to them exactly how the channel's evolved and what we can currently do within the channel. So how do we go about this and how do we amplify that learning? Well, the way we do that is, like I said, showing the various different partner types, letting the CMO and C-level execs understand that there are various partners outside of the conventional loyalty and cashbacks, you know, and then also we need to be able to manage back and map back into the actual company goals. And not only the company goals, let's support other channels as well, because we're an amplifier of channels as well. So let's understand what the other channel goals are as well and how we can support them with our strategic partners. So this section, we're going to be looking at the lower funnel conversions. So I did see some more hands up, and the fact that, affiliates perceived in this way. But I think we all sat in, Santi's, kickoff meeting this morning. And I think it's important to note that, some of these theories like funnel conversions are dead and buried. We need to be in a space where we start to change the language that we use. It's very evident that, consumer behavior has changed. Gen Z in particular have changed shopping behavior. We all have seen behavior change, during COVID as well as the shift online. So I think it's important that we now start to use the language of calling this a trust loop, and this is a journey, where there's different stages of which customers and consumers go through consideration, and the idea that affiliate is at the bottom of the funnel is probably, again, like I said, is down to that CMO or that C-level exec's particular use case at that particular point in time 10 years ago. We're in 2024 now. We need to be refreshed on how things have changed and how media's mix. So we at CJ as well, we have the ability to measure that and prove that out. I'll touch on that a bit more, but I know there's a session about it today about the cross-channel journey reporting. That also complements the fact that we can actually use tactile partners, various different partners and marketing tactics to reach these customers through affiliate. So it shows that, again, like I said, with the cross-channel journey reporting, that with it being outcome-based marketing, that we're all more efficient as a channel. So here's a stat from the Google Messy Middle. There's a little quick test, like who doesn't agree with this stat? And that was just for me, just to make sure you guys are fully engaged. So good. It's good to see no hands and no reactions. So to close this out, as I said, the lower funnel is definitely a myth. It's something that we really need to, again, educate our leadership on. It can be supported, like I said, through the cross-channel journey reporting and the other suites of reports that we have at CJ. But also, let's start to look at third-party white paper studies as well, that, our CJ team are always refreshed on. Please, if you don't have the resources, talk to CJ about it. We can collate that for you. Because the reason I want us to be able to use those third-party sources, not only for the fact that they're not biased, but also for the fact that it's proving out that consumer behavior has changed. And I think that's something that we've lost in marketing, is the fact that consumer behavior has evolved, and we need to start acting to that. And also we need to start amplifying the fact that with this whole trust loop, medias can mix as well, and it actually results in better outcomes, be it higher AOV, reaching out to new audiences, and awareness. So in this section, I'm going to be talking about doesn't drive any incremental value, so I really want to hone in on this because I think this is something that we all really need to do, and this is a qualitative data set that we should really be focusing and showcasing, to our leadership. Is that a few years ago at CJ, we conducted one of the largest incrementality studies. This study was recently updated with the data, and the findings were clear. Affiliate significantly boosted conversions across the board. In fact, we saw that shoppers who interacted with affiliate had a 92% higher conversion. These are some of the stats that even Santi was speaking to this morning. We also saw that these shoppers spent 153% more. And this was all showcased with the average order value, similar to what Santi said, that the average order value went up by 36%. So we dug into this in a bit more detail. So what we looked at and what we saw as a result, using, the cross-channel data across our network, we noticed that when you couple display and affiliate within the same journey, we saw that consumers actually increased their conversion rate by 10x. So that's massive. And then when you look at, social in combination with affiliate, the average order value went up by 62%. So that's pretty evident that, this affiliate channel, lower funnel, it's all a myth. It's a powerhouse and it's a channel of channels. So first, what I would recommend, again, there's quite a lot of CJs here, like it's a 2-day event. Like I really, really advise you, whilst we've all got this investment to be here, and build this case and showcase what we've learned, let's work with the CJ team on creating an incrementality analysis. I think that's the first myth that we should really be trying to bust, and trying to educate our leadership, that incrementality value. and also to start looking at how we can benchmark the channel against other channels in real time. And as I showed in my example with that US large affiliate as well, let's test some of these strategic partners, improve the value out with our CMOs in real time, and set up control groups. This control group setup is a way where we can prove that out, and they're safe. It's outcome based, it's CPA basis. There's no real risk. It's just busting those myths in real time and showing that these strategic partners can add value. And then one thing to add, that I thought of on the side, just to mention to you, is that there are conversations that I'm having, with some of my kind of, affiliate partners at the moment, and as well some of the channel heads of departments for channel, be it like display, search, social. One of the things we're having is we're talking about incrementality testing. So, not incrementality testing, incremental testing. So incremental testing is where you would have a conversation with someone who's ahead of a channel, really understand like what their objectives are and what they're looking at and how they're looking to grow, but also finding a strategic partner that matches against that. So this strategic partner will be a supporting partner where you maybe set up a control group like I did to prove the real true traffic and the true conversions. But then once that's set and that is your partner, what we would like to do is start building off that and start using that testing partner as someone who will test for new audiences, new offers, new messages. And that will be a way where you can almost protect your brand identity as well. So for example, if you were a non-promotional brand, but you wanted to test in a new audience that was prone to offers, you can use that strategic partner as a testing bed to do that. So in conclusion, as we could see, we've got all the myths on the side, and now the reality and the real view of the channel is, affiliate is a multi-channel amplifier. Affiliate reaches and engages consumers across the journey, and this can be supported and proven with the cross-channel journey reporting. And also, affiliates incrementality is highly measurable, and that can also be demonstrated through, the CJ data and science analysis and the benchmarking. And again, like I said, this is all supported by all the CJs here. It can be executed by CJs, delivered to your leadership by CJs, and we're all here to support. So I think, like I said to you before, before I close this out, this learning piece is really key. I think it's really important when we're entering the room with these CMOs, heads of channels, heads of departments, that we can showcase that, there's so much more that we've learned to date and recently. And some of these sessions that are happening tomorrow, I'd highly recommend. I think this will definitely arm you to help build and continue to build on that case that you're trying to build. So yeah, thank you all. Feel free to reach out if you need anything. Thank you. Yeah.